first foods. This is a very exciting thing. This show is really about the actual food that you're going to be giving to your baby. Okay, first a quick word about solids. Solids does not mean solids. What it really means is pureed and very, very soupy, liquidy foods. And your baby is going to start to eat these foods at about 4 to 6 months of age. If your baby starts at 4 months, she will likely be in the stage of having these very pureed, soupy foods for about 2 to 3 months, so from 4 months to about 6 or 7 months. If, on the other hand, she doesn't start until 6 months, she'll be in this stage 1 of these pureed, very soupy foods from month 6 to about months 8 or 9. So that's really what stage 1 means. It's the first stage for your baby to be enjoying these pureed or soupy foods. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about what kind of foods you're going to want to give your baby. The rule of thumb, according to the AAP, is that you must introduce each new food for approximately 3 to 4 days before you introduce another new food. And with each new food, you should check for any signs that your baby is not tolerating the food, such as diarrhea, vomiting, or rash, in which case you should stop giving the food in question immediately and contact your doctor right away. So the tradition with these first foods has always been a single grain fortified baby cereal, like rice, and then a little bit later on, barley or oatmeal, another single grain. And this is what a lot of people, including me with my first baby, start out with. So I've got some of these baby cereals here, and I'm just going to walk you guys through how you're going to mix this up. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this very glistening looking cereal into my bowl like that. That's all you need. It's a very, very, very small amount. Tip your box back so it doesn't go everywhere. I have a little milk here ready, a little frozen defrosted breast milk. I'm going to put this into my bowl. You can see how soupy this is going to be. Much easier transition for your baby from breast milk because it's not too thick. And I just swish this around in my bowl a little bit. Make sure you have no lumps, no clumps. Some people think it's actually a really good idea to start off with fruits or with vegetables. And this is something you can do. Check with your doctor, but a lot of doctors actually think this is a good idea. Make sure, however, if you are starting with fruits and veggies, that you check with your doctor that you don't need to do something in the way of iron supplementation. Because one of the good things about these cereals is that they are fortified with iron, and at this stage, the baby's iron levels can be dipping a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put up a graphic to show you guys this very interesting medley of different foods and things that you're going to be able to give your baby during this stage 1. So here goes. Here is a sampling of pureed foods you can begin to give during the first stage of introducing solids. Sweet potato, butternut or winter squash, carrots, avocados that are well mashed, peas, green beans, peaches, pears, apples, bananas, mangoes, plums. You can also begin to introduce meat at this stage, such as chicken, which is a great source of zinc and of iron, again, in a very thin, pureed form. No Kentucky Fried Chicken just yet, people, I'm sorry, but your baby is going to think all of this stuff is yummy. Okay, this is important. What kind of foods at this stage should I stay away from? Here comes another graphic because this is really important. These are foods you should not be giving to your baby during stage 1. Doctors usually recommend that you steer clear of fish, eggs, and nuts until after the first year because these foods can cause allergic reactions. Also, they say no cow's milk until after the first year and stay away from honey because it can be a source of bacteria. Now, like many things in the baby world, this too is debatable. Some people do actually think that it is okay to give babies fish at this stage as long as the fish is not high in mercury, such as swordfish, or shellfish. So what do I do if I really decide that I want to make this food for my baby? The way to do this, the key to making your own food for your baby is single foods and tiny, tiny small amounts, and then you freeze in small amounts in safe plastic ice cube trays for freezing or small glass containers. Steam the food until it's very soft and then pureed in your Cuisinart or blender until there are no lumps. When it comes to meat, what I do is I boil chicken until it's very soft and then I throw it in that Cuisinart too. Put on some awesome music to pass the time. Remember, you're really just introducing these salads one by one at this point, and each one for 3 to 4 days. Make sure you put on the date. I use blue nonstick tape, or I just take a little label that I have left over for some files. And personally, I try to use this within 2 weeks. Then I defrost it overnight in the fridge when I'm going to use it, and I take it out that morning, and I try to use it that day because I really believe that fresh is best. So best of luck introducing all of these things to your own little baby, and watch my show on stage 2 and stage 3 solids for more information about finger foods and other things you'll be doing with your baby as the months go by.